the Malaysian Special Forces, otherwise known as the Grup Gerak Khas, or something like that. Let's go.
This is Malaysia's GGK Commando Training Course, designed to separate the boys from the men and turn what's left into elite soldiers.
Drop out.
But to earn the Green Beret, they must first survive 13 weeks of hell. A brutal selection course that almost half will fail. And only the best will survive. Before large forces hit the combat zone, Malaysia's Grup Gerak Khas commandos are the first men on the ground, sneaking in deep behind enemy lines by air, sea, or land.
Dipecahkan kepada kumpulan-kumpulan kecil.
I don't know that we do any training with these guys. You guys familiar with this group? Because I'm not familiar with them at all.
They get in, and they get out undetected. But what makes them a cut above the rest is their ability to fight and survive in some of the world's most extreme jungles. Britain's Green Berets, the Royal Marine Commandos, were sent to help train a new group of fighters. 1,600.
They have roots with the Brit Special Forces, SAS, and the Royal Marine Commandos. So they had a good backdrop to start with.
Soldiers volunteered for training. 300 were selected. Of the 50 that went through the first course, only 12 passed.
Wow.
Today, there are fewer than 3,500 GGK commandos, a small elite club. To join it, these men will have to go through 3 months of relentless physical and psychological torture that will break all but the best. And the pain starts here. The Special Warfare Training Center in Malacca, southwest Malaysia. 180 new recruits are in week 1 of their course. Just to get here, they have already passed a 6-week selection process. Now, these survivors are about to start the real thing. If they thought they knew what was ahead, they were wrong.
More of that.
In phase 1 of this course, instructors are looking to lose the weakest recruits as quickly as possible.
That head plank move where they brace their head on the front and their feet in the back. I don't know what that's called, but it looks terrible. You guys ever had to do that one?
They've just begun 36 hours of continuous hell that will push everyone to the edge. It seems like torture, but it's designed to find out who really wants to be here.
I want to challenge myself how far I can go. It's called adrenaline rush.
To join the commando, you must be volunteer. So if you enter the main gate, there is a word say, if you are not sure, please go back.
I like it. You want to be here, you don't, or get the hell out.
They've done 5 hours of endless, brutal exercises. The recruits are exhausted. But weakness is not accepted. Recruit 12 isn't keeping up.
Banyakkan yang susah kita ada macam didikan ketabahan. Bagi saya setakat ni saya boleh ikut lagi ya. Go.
Kopro masuk lagi. Kopro, kamu masuk. Kiri. Go. Pak, go. Pak, kau sudah apa dah?
Boleh dah. Boleh dah. Boleh dah.
This is what they are fighting for, the coveted Green Beret. Inherited from the
If you guys like this series, put episode 2 in the comments.
Royal Marine Commandos, it's an iconic symbol of an elite group. Next is an 11-kilometer run.
Go!
With a 17-kilogram combat load and 87 minutes to finish it.
pretty good pace in that heat, considering they're already worn out. Now they're going to go run in probably 85% humidity, probably 90 degrees.
To make it harder, it's midday, and the temperature is above 30 degrees Celsius.
Not too bad.
Dehydration
Where's the
means
shoe?
failure.
No boots, nothing.
40 minutes into the run, and the sun has claimed its first victim.
Love their equipment in these countries. He takes a palm frond, jams it in his mouth. I don't know where he's getting the IV needle, but doesn't look too good.
Keadaan macam ni kita dah banyak running basic commando, jadi dah bagi saya dah biasa.
If recruits are sent to the hospital, they automatically fail the course.
That's something that's pretty interesting about these guys. You get hurt, you don't get rolled back, you're failed. Go to the hospital because you pass that dehydration, fail.
30-degree heat has taken its toll on everyone.
Jangan main-main. Ucap kau.
24 hours in,
The cadre looks disgusted with the failures.
and overnight another 7 recruits have dropped out due to injuries from yesterday's run. Already on their next challenge. It's the 300-meter obstacle course, designed to test balance, confidence, and above all, teamwork.
I love these voiceover guys. Hello, Captain Obvious, no shit.
The last hurdle will be the toughest, a 3.5-meter vertical wall. Teamwork is essential to be a GGK commando. In real operations, teamwork will keep them alive. Recruit 12 is once again struggling, holding up the rest of his team.
Yeah, the weak one.
Saya dah 31, yang geng ni baru ada yang 21, 20. So saya terpaksa bersaing dengan umur yang 10 tahun.
You know, there's a reason in the military they don't want 30-year-olds for this kind of stuff. You just don't bounce as well. You don't heal as well. And that's why he probably won't be here at the end of this series.
Lebih ke bawah dengan saya.
Some teams have already reached the final hurdle, the 3.5-meter wall.
Tolak dinding dan pusing badan, menghadap ke depan. Engkau mendarat kepala.
Short guys on the bottom, tallest in
You guys ever done one of these? I have. And somehow I was on the bottom, and it wasn't fun. How many times you get kicked in the face? Let me know in the comments if you've ever got this one, the boot to the chin. Guys are trying to climb over.
lightest aiming for the top. A falling recruit becomes the first casualty. Failure to work together could mean more than a flesh wound. 30 hours in, but not over yet. This obstacle course is just preparing them for an even tougher challenge. Tonight, they will do it in the dark, 10 meters above the ground. Making a small mistake up here could be their biggest.
I don't see any nets on that one. You fall, you go to the hospital, you're out.
Recruits fighting to become a part of Malaysia's elite commando unit, and those who have made it this far are totally exhausted.
Bunch of sobbing here.
Their next challenge will be the toughest yet. 8 obstacles designed to test their nerve, coordination, and teamwork. Recruits have to navigate from one end to the other using ropes and beams without falling, all at night.
It's a confident building exercise. The log, and also they have to crawl in the rope.
You guys remember the confidence course? Had that in the Marine Corps. It's one of those things, like he said, you see it, it does build confidence. They tell you exactly what to do, and if you do it, you'll make the obstacles. But if you hesitate, in the drink. Warm up there, little man.
What would be easy for seasoned soldiers under normal circumstances is now compounded by fatigue and stress.
Siapa yang tidak gaya klik ke bawah, dia akan rasa tak boleh buat
Yeah,
benda
don't stop. It's one of these things, if you stop, you're done. You look down, even if you're not scared of heights, you're done. You just got to move. Use your momentum. If you're going to fall, at least fall with some speed, right?
One recruit has paused at the top,
No
but there is
bueno.
no way down.
I guess there's a net.
Recruit 12 is doing better than expected. But he's got one final hurdle,
Slide for
the
life.
Tarzan swing.
Now this looks fun. Sign me up. Let's see. Let's go. Doesn't that look fun? That's something you'd love to do. If I were 10 years younger, I'd do that just for the hell of it.
Saya rasa benda tu gembira sebab saya boleh lakukan. Sebab lagi cepat kita buat, lagi cepat kita punya benda tu selesai.
36 of the longest hours of their lives have ended.
Intik saya ni sebab kita orang makan sama, tidur pun kita sama-sama bangun, makan pun sama-sama yang ada.
It is a funny thing. You guys ever experience this? You become better friends with guys you serve with, guys you train with, than your own family. I think it's just so much together time and the same suffering, right? You're on deployment, it's the same way. It's guys you can meet after 20 years and have a conversation with.
144 recruits remain, and they have 56 more days of the selection course to go. Next up, they face a 160-kilometer non-stop forced march that will take them 3 days.
Now that is a long way. 3 days, 160 kilometers, whatever that is, it's a long way. I can tell you that. What is it, 120 miles, something like that? 3 days, that's got to be tough. Your feet have to be hamburger when that's over.
Sekiranya berlaku yang sebenar, kita akan lari lebih daripada ini lagi. Jarak dia lebih jauh lagi pada 160 km. Maybe 200 km atau lebih lagi lah.
You guys ever heard of the Bataan Death March? That's what this reminds me of. If you have heard of it, put it in the comments.
The GGK normally operate on foot, covering huge distances. But getting behind the enemy lines sometimes requires another skill.
Menyusup ke negara atau ke tempat musuh itu dengan lebih cepat dan selamat.
But these recruits have to learn to walk before they can fly.
Yeah, you can get in just fine, right? Doesn't seem like they have helicopters, so you get in with the parachute. I guess you have to hump it out from the looks of this thing. I don't know if you solved the booby trap problem, but maybe they're not worried about it.
It's day one of the longest march of their lives.
Dropping like flies, man.
The terrain is uneven and the weather extremely hot. 50 kilometers on day one, and 9 recruits have already dropped out.
Sebab dia melampaui akal manusia biasa. Saya daripada Kuala Lumpur, KL. KL lah, lahir KL, besar KL. Sebab semua orang pandang orang KL ni lemah, leput, sangat lemah. Tapi saya nak buktikan orang KL boleh. Orang KL boleh berjaya sebagai seorang komando.
I've done some long ruck humps, but I haven't done 100 plus miles nonstop. I can only imagine how terrible your feet are. I don't know how many changes of socks they bring, but it looks so humid, probably doesn't matter. There's no getting around that disaster area of a feet problem when you're done, but it's like I say, it's a young man's game.
Dia gigit kayu tu supaya dia tak boleh menggigit dia punya lidah. Sebab dia sekarang ni keadaan panas tinggi. Dia hilang dia punya kawalan otak dia dah hilang. Jadi dia akan gigit lidah.
I've seen that when guys have seizures, but never just as he's walking, humping, putting a stick in his mouth. Guess they just think he's going to go over and start seizing because he's dehydrated.
The recruits are carrying 17-kilogram packs. It's up to them to decide when to snack and replace vital fluids.
Go! Selojok! Dapat kiri!
It's 15 hours in, and for some, the end of the road.
I like how he just kicks him, throws his hands up.
But not everyone is struggling.
Get out, weakling.
Here and there, so my leg is still okay. So far, it's so good. I can still walking, can still smiling.
At
He's
this
motivated.
stage, teamwork and leadership will be judged. Recruit 2 needs his section to keep up.
I need them to be motivated in everything they do. They just need to run for 5 seconds. So dash for 5 seconds and then we take rest. Soldier is about teamwork. So how big or small we are, we need to be together.
GGK commandos need to
They didn't talk about any rest in this 3-day hump. I sure hope they get some, because by day 2, which is now, they're going to be totally delirious.
push themselves beyond the normal physical pain barrier. It takes extreme mental strength to keep the body moving. But in combat, that could save lives. Disorientation and confusion are signs of advanced dehydration.
Badi depan tu, Badi.
Pegang dah, papa dah penyek.
His friends want him to finish, but his condition is getting worse. They urgently need to rehydrate him.
Look at those feet right there. That's what I was talking about. And that's just, what, halfway through this hump? His feet are wrecked. And it took me about probably a year after I got in the Marines for my feet to get back to normal. Just perpetually, you build up calluses, but your feet just takes its toll in the infantry. Where they say an infantryman's best asset's his feet.
If he doesn't get saline solution in the next few minutes, he could go into shock and die.
If you guys like this video, put part 2 in the comments. Thanks for watching.